Hi guys, Marshall here with Free the Self and the Emotional Management Resilience course. In this video, we're going to talk about working with anxiety. Anxiety is something I know really well. I grew up with a panic disorder. I was diagnosed when I was 8 with anxiety and chronic depression. And that blossomed into a panic disorder in my teen years and thoroughly locked up my life for a number of years until I was about 30. Things started to change around then when I started beginning to understand what anxiety was and how to help the body go from a heightened state of alert down to a relaxed state of awareness. And this is what we're going to talk about here. So some of the biology in effect with anxiety is that the amygdala gets triggered and it charges the hippocampus. So the brain switches from its higher thinking functions up here in the prefrontal cortex back into the more primitive thinking aspects of the brain. And that puts us into either one of 4 states. We're either going to fight, we're going to flee, we're going to freeze, or we're going to fawn. Now, if you're one of my students in the Art of Being Badass, Codependence to Confidence, or one-on-one student in Free the Self, you'll know that fawning is how we develop codependent behaviors so that we can survive threatening circumstances with trusted authorities like parents, deities, anybody that has a sense of power over us. So, understanding how the brain functions and what states it puts us into helps us understand what we need to be aware of in our bodies. So again, this comes back to that mindfulness practice I've discussed in other videos with emotional management and release. So when we're feeling anxiety, the first thing we want to do is, when we become aware of it, is to take a breath. Just breathe in, allow it to settle, and note where you feel your anxiety. Do you feel it in your stomach, your chest, your arms, your shoulders? Where's that anxiety? Then you allow yourself to just take in the physical experience of the anxiety. What does this feel like to me? What is this like? Where am I feeling it? Does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? Is it hard? Is it soft? Is it prickly? Is it smooth? These kinds of body sensations help our mind and our body get back into communication, and it helps us begin to understand that our anxiety is in us, that it is not who we are, it's not what we are, but it's something we're experiencing. Then we can breathe, we can yawn. Good yawn. Just stretch as we let ourselves digest the anxiety. The reason we do yawning and stretching is because a yawn forces the body into a lowered state of awareness. It helps it relax, moves it back into what's called parasympathetic response. It de-energizes or de-triggers the amygdala, and it starts to re-engage some more creative, rational thinking aspects of our brain up in the prefrontal cortex to allow ourselves to step down. Then we yawn and stretch again, allowing ourselves to center into the awareness of where the anxiety is. And we can ask ourselves a couple of questions here. If I could, would I let go of this anxiety? And if I could let it go, when would I let it go? Another question set we can ask is, if I could, would I accept that I'm scared and I have a need to feel safe? If I could accept that I'm scared and have a need to feel safe, when would I do that? This helps us step down. When we start to find ourselves becoming more aware and mindful of the anxiety, we can become more observant of it. this starts to create a separation in our awareness between the anxiety and who we are. So we go like, oh yeah, there it is. And that's when we can stop fixing it or trying to change it or trying to get rid of it. And we can let it be. And that is ultimately a form of release or letting go. So we just let it be. It's like, oh, that's anxiety. That keeps our mind open, or keeps our mind working in a creative fashion, so that we can then take the next step. And this is the proactive step. We take a moment, we write down what our concern is, what the problem is, what we're experiencing or fearing. And then we start outlining options that are in our power to help resolve this. We determine what's in our power. And if there is something in our power we can do right now, we take action on it. If there's nothing we can do right now that's in our power, then we leave it alone. Because there's nothing to do. So worrying about it becomes useless. Now we don't worry about worrying about it. We don't focus on trying not to worry about it. We accept too, it's okay if we worry about it. It's okay that it's there. It's okay that it's not okay. This helps us begin to manage proactively the situations we're dealing with in which we feel anxiety about. Now, this process is about helping us move past anxiety. There's nothing out there that's going to eliminate your experience of anxiety permanently. But if you practice this, it will change how you respond to these circumstances. You'll actually find yourself reacting more confidently to them rather than more anxiously. And that's reconditioning. That's how we do it. And I personally have experienced that with huge things and small things. And this is also a means of making connection with the inner child and validating and supporting ourselves. So I want you to give this a shot with your anxiety. Practice it for at least 30 days. Give it a long-term opportunity to make an impact in your life. And then comment below or message me about how this works for you. Okay? Thank you guys. Have a great day.